Welcome to Game 4 of MBC Game versus Air Force Ace. This is Moltrap, and this is going to be a game between C and Casey, and I'm actually looking forward to this game here. This should be some pretty exciting action. C, probably the best player on MBC Game, obviously a Terran, very good Terran player, and Casey, he's, one of those players that he went out and he played really well and he won a Star League, and then he fell off the map. He's actually been doing decently well recently. He's kind of having like a mini comeback, not really a real comeback, because he hasn't really been playing awesomely or anything, but he's been playing good, especially his Terran versus Terran lately has been really good. He's kind of been like the TVT sniper for Air Force Ace, and so he's been playing really good. He's been beating some really top-notch Terran players in the Pro League, and so C is actually, pretty even match for him. Okay, so Casey is the red Terran. Well, now they're both teal on the screen, so it's hard to tell. Oh, we can see by their mini-maps. So C is going to be the Terran on the right side of the map, and Casey is going to be the bottom left side of the map. So this is a 3 spawn point map, by the way. The empty spawn is at the top left corner of the map, so that's kind of how it's arranged there. Excuse me. Whew. I've only done 3 games, but my voice is actually starting to go already. I'm actually going to be, well, I'll put out another video probably. I don't know if this is going to go up before or after they happen, but I'm going to be doing the OSL tiebreaker games probably on Thursday night, Friday morning. So I was just reminded of that because the last time I did, well, the last time I did the OSL was pretty, there wasn't a lot to it. I mean, the games were good, but they were short, and so it was kind of anticlimactic. But the week before that, it was just all long, epic games. So by the end of the night, my voice was completely shot. And I'm going to be that way if these games go on too much farther. That's one of the things about the Winners League, is if you do 7 games in a row, it can really just shoot your voice, especially if they're long, like TVTs can be sometimes. But anyway, so here we go, and Casey is the red Terran, and that means C is teal. So C is actually teal, not just in his first-person view, but in his normal view. So there you have it. Looks like both players going for pretty standard stuff here, going for the depot first, and then getting your refinery and your barracks and everything, all fun stuff like that, and going for a quick factory. Pretty standard stuff. We're not seeing any interesting, forward barracks or anything like that. After this first factory, that's usually where things deviate. Some players will go for a 2 factory. Sometimes players will take guys off gas, and they'll go for a fast expansion build after the factory, and something like that. Sometimes we'll see Starport right afterwards too. That can be fun. That can be exciting. And people have been doing really well with Wraith builds lately. Up Magic has been doing really good in TVT, using mostly going for early Wraiths and using that to kind of control the action. Yeah, that's a hairstyle right there. Nice. And the SCV is going to get in for C. He's going to spot what's going on here. He sees the single factory. He's going to run over here and try and check out the gas mine. He probably got a scope out of Casey's gas mine there for just a moment to see if he was mining with all 3 SCVs or not. But he's going to have to run away before the rain kills him. Run, SCV! Run! Whoa, what's going on here? It looked like C had an extra SCV on gas or something like that. I'm not sure, because there was one that was waiting at the... Maybe it's just 3. It looked like 4, though, for a second. Maybe I'm on crack. It's hard to spot things like that sometimes in just a moment. But, no. I'm not even thinking about it. It doesn't matter. Okay, so expansion going up for both players now. And I'm not sure... I'm sure they both know about it, actually. I don't remember if C spot that expansion or not with his SCV, but he's probably going to know about it one way or another. So, the second factory going down now for Casey. obviously, since we just saw that factory do that. Now, that's pretty standard. It doesn't mean he's going for a 2 factory. Since he's already gotten his expansion, then that just means that's pretty normal. Once you get your expansion up, you put down some more factories so that the extra money you're going to have coming in is going to do you more good. And whoa, nice micro by Casey. Holding that one vulture back, going in, taking pot shots with it, manages to keep it alive for a while and finish off C's vultures a little bit better. C's extra vulture coming in there at the end and finally picking it off, but Casey does remain one vulture ahead though in that little battle there in the middle. We've seen some fun manor barracks being landed in opposing players' bases on this map lately. Oh man, C going in and target firing that vulture, finishing it off. Is he going to be able to repair the single vulture? He does repair that one, and it is going to drive off C's vultures. So again, just trading vultures at this point, and maintaining pretty much evenness as far as the vultures go. And going in with 2 vultures, trying to run into the base. Oh, he's going to have to run off. Nicely done. See, multiple SCVs repairing that vulture. He's going to keep it off. So C's little attempts at harassment not really working too well. Probably would have broken a lesser player. No. Yeah, probably would have broken some players, or maybe Casey just got lucky too. But anyway, point being, if things had gone a little bit differently, that could have been really bad for Casey. Was the point. And yeah, so both players, pretty much just macroing up here, trying to get more bases going, trying to get more factories going. We're seeing tanks and Goliaths out already for Casey, so we're probably not going to see just one of those huge vulture fests that we see in some games where both players just try and go, oh, mines are actually out. So it looks like C's going to try and put the hurt on with the mines. He's going to try and take an early advantage by putting mines down early. While Casey's been spending his gas on tanks. Oh, he does take out one tank with a mine, but siege mode is now finished for Casey, so he's going to be able to drive off those vultures pretty easily with siege mode. So while Casey was spending his gas on siege mode, C was spending his gas on vulture upgrades and trying to use those. And wow, Casey's in really, really precarious position there with that tank. He needs to be careful. There's a mine right there. Oh, he can pop it. Yes! Pops the mine before it does any damage. And he's got enough stuff there, he can probably clear those mines out pretty easily as they pop up. I mean, the single siege tank hit will kill off the single mine as it pops out before it can do any damage. But that was, again, pretty close. But Casey only losing the one mine, and losing the one tank to a mine, and managing to maneuver around the rest and not lose any other tanks. So nicely done on his part. And C lost a few vultures there. So C, it looks like, is going for, well, I don't know if he's going for mass vultures, but at least he's going to try and use these vultures to keep Casey contained in his base. They'll be contained until he can get a couple comsat stations going and clear these mines out and that sort of thing. But in the longer term, it's going to be bad for C because it's going to have less tanks and less of the big units that are really going to matter in the long term. And looks like he's trying to clear out these mines, but he's going to have to turn around and try and prevent. Yeah, there we go. C, it looked like C was going to try and run in there and just do some harassment with his vultures, but unfortunately he did encounter one of Casey's SCVs. And so while he killed off the SCV, Casey saw that was coming and was able to put stuff on his ramp and keep those from going in. Here he's going in. He only barely has superior numbers in vultures here at this point. It is going to do a lot of good in this battle, but Casey's force of tanks and Goliaths are really going to drive it, and he's actually going to get sandwiched between those and the vultures on the ramp. And so, again, C losing more forces than Casey in that, since Casey lost, I think, 4 vultures, and C lost 6 or 7 at that point. So things really looking good for Casey, actually. He's consistently winning these battles here, although it looks like C is taking an expansion quicker than him, and that is the advantage of putting out all these mines and using the vultures as the map control, and you can pin the other Terran in their